Okay, this is a cute little sun catcher idea that I did years and years ago, and I thought I really want to share it with you guys. Just really quick before I show you the tutorial, this is my ring light to give you an idea of how these look with light behind it. I know the ring light's very bright, but this is just to show you kind of how they will look. It's obviously a little different when it's sunlight and not a ring light that's really bright, but aren't they cute? Okay, step one as it is to get your beads ready. I decided to use these translucent pony beads. I'm pretty sure I got this from Walmart. I've had it for quite a while. You can maybe try solid color ones if you want, but again, just do like a test run. So you should be, right now, you need to preheat your oven to 450 degrees, and while that's preheating, you can do this next step. So again, I'm going to take these translucent beads and I'm going to put them inside my cupcake pan. Now, if you don't have this, you might be able to use another pan. Just a little tip is I would not use a pan that, just in case something happened, you would get mad if it got ruined. It shouldn't get ruined. I've done this a couple times, but I would just say as a precaution, find yourself a pan that you, again, don't mind. I'm using this one because I want the circles shape. I've heard of people using cake pans sometimes to do that as well, but again, it's something you can kind of experiment. Now, as the oven is preheating to 450, make sure you open a couple windows, especially in your kitchen. Get your exhaust going because you will have a smell as the pony beads are melting. Not overwhelmingly, at least to me, but I know some people are sensitive, so I would just make sure you open a few windows before you start this process. So this is a great project for the spring or summer when you can actually open your windows more than versus in the fall or the spring. So again, we're going to take these beads and we're going to put them into each spot, and you can decide whether you want a design or if you just want to drop random ones in there. I had my scissors all ready to open this, and it was already, I must have used it for some other project. Okay, so we've got plenty of beads here. This was a 1500 pack. I may have used some out of it, but this gives you an idea. And again, they're translucent. Let me see if I can bring them closer. So like you're going to see through them, which makes them really great as like a sun catcher. So again, you're just going to lay some in here. This one holds, I think 1, 2, 3. It holds 12 technically ones that you could do. And I've got ribbon as well. Let's see if I can reach it. I do have this ribbon as you saw in the first one that we're going to use. But I just want to say if you didn't want to use the ribbon like I did, and you can also find a skinnier ribbon. This is the one I could find on hand. But if I would have had a thinner one, I would have used that as well. Also, you could do an I-cord. It all depends on how big you drill the hole in that the ribbon or the I-cord would go through. But I'm going to worry about that later. I should be able to get, as you saw, I'm getting this through. It's, let me see if it says it. Yeah, it is that size, if you're curious. Alright, so when we put them in, again, like I said, you can just drop them in like a random way. And you're going to just the bottom layer is full. Let me kind of bring you up a little higher so that you can see. Okay, so when I'm doing this, I'm just doing it so that the bottom layer is, you want to lay flat. So if they don't lay flat, you might have too many in there. So that's all I'm going to do. So like this one, I am literally just doing it random and just making sure all the pieces are laying flat. Because again, they're going to melt and expand. So like this one, I'm just going to, and you can just shake the fan, which is counterproductive there, but usually I just lightly shake it and it kind of does it as well. So in this one, I'm going to do a like pattern, because that's what I want to do. So I would fix those a little more before I put them in. But maybe the next one you want to do a pattern. Maybe you want to do the full-on clear ones just in the inside and maybe do an outline of like a color. So again, you could individually place them in how you want and then go from there. You could decide to maybe do 3 purple and then turn around and just kind of do 3 of the clear-ish ones. And again, you're just going until the bottom of the pan is level. So let me go ahead and fill these up, and then I can show you them before. So I filled them all up. I only left one with kind of a pattern because I really just like the randomness. But you can go through and do a pattern each one. As you can see with this one, I did a little bit of a pattern. But on a lot of the other ones, I just decided to be random because that's just kind of what I prefer. But you want to try to lay them down as best you can. I purposely have some that may not be as filled, just so we can kind of compare. Like some of these I think might be a little low, but again, they're going to melt and they should melt pretty well, and you're going to need to keep an eye on it. It's very important that you keep an eye on them because probably in about 5 minutes they should be melted. But again, so you're going to kind of keep checking a little bit, every couple minutes check. Once once you can tell that they all appeared like they're melted, then you can pull it out of the oven, and you're just gonna let it cool completely before we do the next thing. So I'm gonna put these in my oven. I'm gonna keep an eye on them until all the beads are melted, and then once they're completely cooled, once this pan is completely cooled, I will bring it back over here and show you how we can easily take them out. So after about 8 minutes in the oven, I kept checking them every couple minutes, so between 8 and 9 minutes you can check them at. And then I just took it out and I set it on top of the stove. So let me show you what happens when they're completely cool if you have the right non-stick pan. I'm going to zoom in. This is the one I did the pattern for. You should be able to just go like this and they should slide out. So they just slide right out. But I did notice that I might redo a second batch because I have some holes. Like I don't know if you can see there's a little gap. So I'm going to do another batch too. And these are relatively thin. So I may even try to do a little extra to give them a little more bulk. I spent a little while since I did them. But I do like this one that I did the pattern with the purple and then the red in the middle. But again, let me see if I can show you. There is some spots like here that has a gap, down here has a gap. So I might redo some of these in order to get rid of the gaps. But this is what we got. Some obviously come out better. No, this one actually came out pretty good, minus a little gap there, which is fine. But again, I'm going to redo these, but I want to show you how easily, with a non-stick pan that you use them, that they should pop out. And again, I'm going to double them up a little bit more because they are pretty thin, though they feel somewhat sturdy. Just be careful. But there is some gaps, but you can leave the gaps in if you like. Again, this was just doing about a single layer. I'm going to redo another batch. Before I do another new batch, I wanted to show them outside of the tin a little more because I realized it was kind of dark to see. This is the one that we did the pattern of. So as you can kind of see in better background how much light, you can kind of gauge where there are some gaps. And again, here's another one. And these are still cute. You can still probably do these for a craft if you want. But again, this one a little more wonky, definitely needs a little more beads put in there. But I wanted to just pull them out with a whiter background so you guys could see. So yeah, let's go ahead and put another batch into our cake pan, and hopefully they come out a little better than this batch. Okay, this is the second batch that we did, that my kid actually helped me fill these up. So we fill these up a little thicker, and you can kind of tell a difference. The only problem you have to watch is there is a little bit of sharp edges, which you might be able to like sand down or something, or maybe even put something around it to help. But these were done a little thicker, so we actually have more of like a circle. So I'm going to take these out, and again, they just popped right out like the last ones did. The reason one is missing here is I'll tell you in a second. So let's just take these out so we can kind of look at them. Okay, so that size. So these are the new ones, and again over here I have some of the old ones. As you can see, we kind of messed up not filling them up right, so we have gaps, but they're still pretty. My kid actually still thinks it's pretty. Really shouldn't call my kid a kid. At the time of this video they're over 18, so they kind of came out wonky. But when we filled them up a little more, then we have better like circles. Again, you don't have to have circles, and just watch out for any that might have melted in a way that's a little sharper. This might be a good spot to put the drill hole in or whatever, so that way a cloth or yarn can kind of help cover up the sharp edges if there's any. But again, these weren't too bad. When you fill them up a little more, you got a little bit more coverage, and again, they're just about as thin as the last one. But I like the noise that they make. So what I did with one of these, because I couldn't really film it on camera because of how I had to like have the drill and everything, is I did already put a hole in one of them, if you can see. And what I did is I used a drill bit. It was a 9, it was this one, 9/64, if you can find that. I tried using a bigger one, and that's kind of broke one of these things. I don't think I kept the pieces, but it shattered it when I tried to do it. So really be mindful of the size you do. I did this size because I was hoping to try to have the drill bit as big as I can. I knew that if it messed up with the bigger one, that I wasn't even going to try the one next to it. So I ended up doing this one. Like I said, you can try others and see how they go. I wouldn't go super tiny because it could break the drill bit. So really kind of make sure there's some thickness to it. So I end up using the 9/6, which I still have in my drill bit, so I can finish drilling holes. This ribbon is a little thicker, so I don't know how that's going to work, but we're just going to see, because I really did want to use this ribbon. Okay, so what we got here is this. I'm hoping that maybe if I make it tiny, it can go through this hole. Oh, it does. Okay. Again, you kind of learn, and then it's going to be pretty tight, but I do like the green. Let me show you here. Like, this is a green, so I guess I was right in keeping the ribbon as the option, because I wasn't quite sure it would be, but it makes it a little thicker. You could do, like I said, an I-cord. Made you back up a little bit. You could do an I-cord if you want to try going in that hole, but this ribbon actually works pretty well, and then you can just tie it up at the top. My hands do not want to work today. Okay, I'm not even going to attempt to tie that on camera. It does not seem to want to like me. But you just tie it up the top, and then you can hang it up in like a window or something, and it kind of is pretty. My kid thought they'd be cool, like on the back, in the back seat of a car when they had those hooks for like clothes garment. You might be able to hang one up there and see if it actually shines in pretty good. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I thought it was a really fun tutorial for something a little different than what I've been doing, and a quick project you can do in an afternoon that probably would be kind of fun for the family. But again, I would also love if you share any of these that you do on my Facebook page. The links are down below, because I think it'd be kind of fun to see how you put the colors in. Do you decide, like we did with this first one, to make a pattern, or do you do like I like to do, where you just willy-nilly put them in and see how they look? But as always, have a great day, everyone. Make sure you check out all the links in the description below, and I'll see you in my next video.